no, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no.
All right, we're back here at Blunt Talk, and we're going to talk about the Triple G and Canelo Alvarez fight that took place about a week ago, right?
Yep.
And I'm a big Golovkin guy. I was going for Golovkin. Me personally, I felt that Gennady did enough to get the win.
But going into the fight, as we were speaking about before, you know, and some of their take in terms of who they thought would win, and you had issue with them saying that Triple G was a bit too old for Canelo. But my thought process was Canelo has a lot of experience in terms of being in the big fights with quality fighters over Gennady's record. You know, the only people of note that I can remember him fighting was Jacobs,
right,
and Kell Brook. Those are the only two people. Other than that,
good fights.
Who can you name that he fought outside those two guys? Who can you name? It's like, right? You can't. It's hard to think about it.
No, but he has a lot of fights under his belt.
Yeah, he has a lot of fights under his belt. So does Canelo at the age of 27.
But what has he got, Canelo? Like 4 major fights?
He has. Let's count them: Mayweather.
Okay.
Cotto.
That's 2, definitely.
Khan.
Oh, Amir Khan, right?
Yeah.
Right. Who's didn't he fight another Spanish cat?
Chavez Jr.
No, not Chavez Jr. Somebody before that I thought that was worthy. Maybe I'm mixing them up.
He fought Angulo. He fought James Kirkland.
But were those fights that you consider big deal, like a Mayweather or Miguel Cotto?
No. By far, no. But they were working him towards that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's when the Angulos and the Kirklands came in. You know, building them up to fight these elite fighters.
So with that being said, does that warrant enough for people to say, "Oh, well, Canelo is most likely the better fighter because he's had better"? I mean, they've had a lot of fights.
But if you put it that way, in terms of him being younger, in terms of experience,
he was quicker. I will say that.
You know, I don't know how strong, but he was still as strong as...
He's a strong kid, but it's just that jaw is like cement on Gennady. It's just...
And Canelo proved that his is cement too, because he took some punches.
He did.
That I was surprised that he was able to get in there and try to still fight him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Throwing counters and combinations. Because you throw combinations, you leave yourself to get touched, you know?
He did counter... Gennady did too.
Yeah.
But there was a couple uppercuts Canelo threw that I was impressed with. That he snuck in there.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I mean he's a better, definitely a technical boxer, but the way Gennady just kept coming and forced him to fight.
He was the aggressor in that
when
fight.
somebody makes him fight, he doesn't like it. Yeah.
He was relentless. He was like a hungry animal. Just kept.
I was surprised,
and he just kept coming forward.
I was surprised. I thought he would get tired, and he was like,
no, he conditioned.
He could have gone 15 rounds. Speaking of which, this draw situation, it needs to stop, man. They should either make it 13 rounds,
agreed,
or 11 rounds, but not these 12 rounds where you leave room for. Come on, man. People want to see a winner.
If you feel, or if they know that the scorecards are at a tie, then there should be a bonus round. There should be a 13th or some kind of a round to determine. It's almost like a tie in a game or overtime. You got to have that.
Would be. You know what? That would
give them a certain amount of time to rest after that 12th round, and then they'll go like a full 3 minutes. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense? Because the draws are bullshit, man. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
That draw shit is, if it's not to get money, to get another big
rematch
event fight,
and they can still do a rematch even if they lose. Who cares?
Right?
You know what I'm saying? Because if it would have been, let's say Adelaide Bird, because the only reason Adelaide Bird is being attacked and crucified in the internet is because of the 118, 110. If she would have said 115, 113.
it would have made more sense.
It would have been like, damn. You know what I'm saying? It still would have been a draw.
Let me ask you something. I know this I don't want to spark the controversy, but you think that maybe is it possible that she could have been coerced to, or right before that final decision?
Nothing is impossible, because I say this.
Because I feel like De La Hoya, I just feel like he's turning into more of a snake every time I see him, man.
Let's say De La Hoya is thinking, this is what he's thinking, and this is probably what his business partners think. Gennady probably has like what, a year, 2 years left? A few fights left. He's 36, right? 35.
Yep. He'll be 36 when they fight again.
36, 37. Probably like 2 more years, let's say.
Right.
Canelo, he has what? 7, 8?
He might, maybe more.
And he looks like a freaking star, man. Nobody's gonna say nothing. This dude looks like a freaking star.
Canelo wears it very well.
Yeah, man.
He has the approach. You could see it in his demeanor. You could see it in his walk.
Yeah.
The kid's got it. What do they call it? Flair, swag, right?
He has that je ne sais quoi.
He does.
You know what I'm saying? And he says, like, when Gennady when Gennady said to him, "Good luck," he said luck is for the mediocre.
Right.
He says some really cool stuff.
He does. But at the same time, look at he stood up, Gennady, straight for 12 rounds. And there wasn't a round where I felt like, I mean, there was rounds where I felt he got caught. I think people got caught up in the oohs and ahs of Alvarez's. Every couple rounds, he'd have a couple shots or something.
Because he throws a lot of combinations.
It would turn heads.
Yeah, he throws a lot of combinations.
But that was it. Overall, I think he was getting worked. Just about, not every round, but just about every round, this guy was getting worked. Whether Canelo landed those nice-looking shots and everybody was like, ooh, yeah.
This is the thing. And Gennady was the champion, correct?
Gennady is, yeah, he's got like 4.
He's the champion. He's the champion. Gennady's a champion. In no way, shape, or form did Canelo take that championship away from him.
Thank you.
He didn't take it. If you're the champ, you gotta beat the champ. He should
have knocked him out.
Yeah. I mean,
and he couldn't, and I think that frustrated Canelo. If you see it around the 10th round, even though it was late, I saw the frustration starting to
unless somebody gets knocked out in the next round, it's going to be more the same, I think.
Yeah.
Unless somebody gets, because both of these guys took hell of a punch. I don't think Gennady's going to be able to land that right hand no matter what he does, unless
when Canelo kept turning, and dodging it. Yeah, but he kept throwing straights. He didn't try to. His own corner said, "I need you to hook that punch. I need you to throw it kind of like a hook."
So he
never did it.
Yeah.
He would throw that.
Too straight. It was too
yeah,
straight.
Man, too straight. I'm not saying definitely catch him, but I felt like if he would have listened to his corner a little bit more, and actually let that threw that punch a little bit wider instead of just straight, he might have caught him a couple times. Now, who knows what would have happened if that was the case, but still, what I liked about it was, what I want to say is that if they were to fight again, I feel like Gennady has to go in there with the same exact game plan he went into the first time. I don't think he should change much up.
I think he should definitely go to the body. He didn't go to the body.
He didn't go to the body. And Canelo did go to the body.
Yeah.
That I did notice. Yeah. There were some shots, and he's been known to put guys down, hitting
with
them.
Body shots, yeah.
Hitting them with
and
body
so
shots.
is Gennady, and hence the reason why I don't know why he really didn't throw as much as he should have. He was headhunting a lot, yeah.
Oh, Gennady was. Yeah.
Gennady was headhunting a lot, and who knows what would have happened? But they still both prove that they have good chins, and I honestly think it's gonna probably be this round 13 coming up. It's gonna be the same thing. I don't think there's gonna be probably in this one. There was probably like about 2 rounds of filling out. In the next one, it'll probably be just half a round before they go at it again. And who knows? Somebody may get knocked out because of it, because they're going to be working from get.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping, like I said, if that's the case, I think Canelo was trying to tire Golovkin out. Letting him keep coming forward.
Probably.
Because he was moving around a lot.
But Canelo doesn't like to be forced to fight. He likes to pick his spots.
That was the beauty of it, man. And that's exactly what this guy was doing to him.
Yeah, he was making him fight.
He was trying to put him up against the ropes. He was trying to corner him. He was trying to...
No, he didn't try. He did. He did it.
He forced Canelo to fight from off his heels and on his back, kind of, in a way.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
Which maybe was unsettling and uncomfortable for Canelo. Maybe he knew that. I mean, the guy has history with him.
But, Canelo is a good inside fighter, too, so he was probably, expecting that to be the case, while he
Right.
was laying down the ropes. I'm pretty sure they prepared all that stuff, man. And the question was whether he can take a punch and whether or not Gennady can take a punch. And yo, I was impressed by Gennady's defense, man. He didn't get tagged a lot, And the times that he did get tagged, he showed that he can take a punch.
Yeah.
And
He took a punch.
And that's a nightmare for somebody that's trying to get you out of there. And then, what? It's only the 6th round, 7th round. I got 5 more rounds, 6 more rounds to go. 4. And this guy just keeps coming.
I loved it. I did like the fight a lot. I wish Canelo would have. For me, I wanted him to fight a little bit more Canelo, but be more aggressive, I guess you could say. Mm-hmm. I just loved the fight. I didn't like the idea of how the scorecards came out.
Of course.
So the whole time I said, this is a championship fight.
But 114 is not. It's like, damn. Because we've been in situations where we've seen draws and we're like, damn, I think this guy deserved it. And then you're going to have those guys that say Canelo, or this guy deserved it. But for this fight, there's no way Canelo beat him.
No, there's not.
There's no way.
Like I said, people got too caught up on the shots that he landed.
Yeah.
And they were seldom and few in between.
Yeah.
The 12th round, when he came out, he lit Gennady up for the first 20 seconds.
Oh yeah.
Right? And I think at the end that was embedded in people's head because he came out strong. I mean,
how do you think Sugar Ray Leonard beat Marvin Hagler?
Yeah, I know.
Last 30 seconds, he did some flurry and stuff, and that's the last thing you remember in the judge's mind.
Points.
He won that round.
Yeah.
Just by getting that excitement, just by throwing some punches, whether they landed or not.
That's why it's crucial that one of these guys should go down. At least, even if they get back up, I think a knockdown would have changed that fight. Yeah. And if one of them would have got knocked down, and let's say it was still a draw, that all hell would, I think, would have been raised.
Then
that's really saying we want to do another one so we can make money and profit off the people.
But that's the thing, yo. You can still have the rematch. It's not like either man totally dominated. You know what I'm saying? Gennady didn't dominate Alvarez. He didn't dominate.
No.
He beat him.
Right.
He beat him. Because it's not like Canelo was just
standing there. No, he was moving around. He was boxing. He was boxing too.
He was boxing.
I won't take that away from him. He definitely was fighting. He landed some shots,
exactly. But it wasn't
the fight I saw. Triple G landed way more.
Yeah, he beat him.
Way more. If you want to talk about statistics and the numbers game, he landed way more. Period. And it even says it. Yeah,
Gennady landed. He was the busier fighter, and he landed 9 out of 30 jabs per round. He landed he landed more punches in 10 of 12 rounds.
10 of 12 rounds. Landed more punches.
In 10 of 12. Talking
about a score here. That's based on points. It's a point system.
He landed 42. Canelo landed 42 of his power shots. Triple G landed 32% of his power shots after landing 46% in his previous 13 fights. So he landed a little less in terms of what he normally does.
That could be because Canelo wasn't just standing. He didn't want to square up with him. He moved a lot in this fight.
Yeah, Gennady was on the defense at some points, but I think he did a hell of a job. There's no way Gennady lost that fight, and there's no way Canelo beat him. If that sounds weird, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just no. There's just no way.
It doesn't sound weird. I think.
But like I said before, if Adelaide Bird would have scored it 115, 113, this wouldn't be such a big deal. I don't think. Not. We would have cried robbery, but we would have been less.
Like I did.
She would have gotten less. Because she's been getting a lot of catching a lot of slack. They took her off.
Of course.
The next whatever big fights are happening, she's not going to be on. She's not going to be judging them. She's going to take a break.
But that's what I don't understand. She's not new to this.
Yeah, she should. But at this point, she shouldn't be judging.
Why was her score so dramatic?
Yeah.
That's why I feel like there was a little. A little
that's
burr
why,
on the shoulder.
That's why Teddy Atlas went crazy. Stephen A. went
shoot
crazy.
That score up a little bit or make it that uneven so that we can do this all over again.
Yeah, but they could still do it. They could do it the right way.
Right, but exactly. I would rather have seen somebody lose or win and still watch a second fight because it was that good to me in a sense.
But as you saw...
A draw? Come on.
But as you saw when they were interviewing the fighters and when they got to Canelo, they booed his ass.
Yeah.
Because they were cheering him in the beginning. He showed up.
I don't think he showed up in the sense that
he didn't win.
He could have done more, and he
didn't.
didn't, and I think it was because he was not used to a guy like Gennady.
Yeah, but I think it has to do more with people believing that Triple G won the fight and Canelo
Of course,
lost.
he did win. I mean, to me, he did win the fight.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, we're talking about the stats. Anybody who wants to argue it, I mean, it's there. You could look it up online. It's right there. It's right there.
But it's definitely that business thinking, you know. Canelo's he's gonna be making us money for the next 5-6 years. Gennady isn't. You know what I'm saying? So for their man to go down, it would have been much worse if
Gennady lost.
Let's say if Gennady knocks this boy out silly.
Yeah. Why? What about?
And then the next fight, Alvarez loses again. They can't put him on pay-per-view unless he has another big name. Because who else is out there really? Who else is out there?
See, I don't know many in that division, but there's got to be others, man.
In the middleweight division?
Somebody
in the middleweight division. Maybe
worthy enough.
Maybe Ward can come down, but he's fighting at light heavy, I think.
Ward?
Yeah. He's fighting at light heavy.
Right, so he's beefed up.
Yeah. He may be able to come down or catch weight.
Listen, I'm the kind of guy, if he rightfully lost or loses, then that's...
Yeah.
That's the way it should be, regardless of the pay-per-view. I'm not worried about De La Hoya's pockets. I want to see the guy who went there and fought and won.
But think about it as a business. This is your money.
Right.
Think about it. Think about it. What would you do?
I'm not profiting from any of that.
No, you're
I'm
not.
only benefiting from watching a good
you're
fight.
not. But the
for
power,
$80.
but the people who have the control to make something happen. You know what I'm saying? They're thinking like, yo, if Gennady whips this boy, you know, they could have still. Let's say they could have still given him the loss. You know what I'm saying? Giving Canelo the loss.
Right.
And then in the next fight, he better come to outwork him. He better come to really beat him. Yeah. And then, you know what I'm saying? Trilogy. If you want to think about it like that, you know what I'm saying? If they would have given it to Gennady and then Canelo comes back in the next fight,
might be the idea.
But
already,
it ruins it when Gennady won that fight, the first one. It ruins it.
It does
ruin it ruins that. Oh, it's 1-1.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The third one is the you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They could have done that. They could have done that.
Yeah, they could have. I don't understand why. They did the draw first. So now the next fight, you know somebody's going to win or lose.
Yeah, but the third fight doesn't. I mean, they could have the third fight, but it doesn't. It's not that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It doesn't. It's not the ribbon on the.
Right, it's not the icing on the cake.
Yeah, it's not. It's not the icing on the cake.
It's not. No, by no means.
You know,
I was really disappointed.
Yeah, this one left a bad taste in your mouth.
And I felt like Triple G was a victim of that stigma that just hangs around the boxing universe of rigged and fixed and, you know, just crooked shit. Yeah. I'm sick of that stuff already.
But Canelo versus Triple G 2, you're gonna buy it. Or I mean,
yeah,
you know,
I'll find a way to watch it. I don't know if I'm gonna buy it.
But people are gonna watch it regardless. You know what I'm saying? But and that's the hope. They're gonna build up to it. I mean, because that's it. There's no more. I don't think Conor McGregor is gonna come into boxing unless he wants to fight Malignaggi or whatever. I don't know.
I like Conor McGregor, but Conor needs to stay in the cage.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm sorry. He has to just keep your ass over there.
Because you know UFC. He can
He
can make as much money as he wants. He can negotiate as much money as he wants.
Conor.
Yeah.
But in the boxing world?
No. In MMA.
UFC.
In
yeah,
MMA.
Of course.
He can make. Yeah. He can make 100. Why not? Why not? Why can't he make 100?
Oh, he
I don't know if he makes that now.
No, I don't think so. But he can.
But he can.
But he can. Yeah.
Because. You never know. That's probably McGregor's play right here. You know, McGregor's gonna probably say, you know, I just put you guys, even though I lost, I gave it a valiant effort. I represent it.
Right.
And I'm still, and the day that I come back to the UFC, it's gonna be a spectacle.
That too, but you know what I think too? I think over the years, though, I think UFC has been the more dominant sport when it comes to UFC and boxing because I think more people watch UFC than they do boxing. There's a huge fan base for MMA
that
and
is-
UFC, and Dana White's made a killing.
I know. I don't think they
I think
outdo.
there was a period of time where boxing.
You know what? You know what convinced me is to compare the last 10, 15 pay-per-views for UFC and the
UFC, I think,
and boxing, no matter who it is. But
UFC, man, I think takes the cake on the UFC
because they have one almost every
pay-per-view.
month, right?
Yes, they do. But they
And
also
boxing-
have. Most 90% of the time they're legitimate big matchups.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's not no.
It's not one guy carrying it.
Right.
Although
it's usually legitimately like it's gonna most likely be a good fight, but they end quick though too.
one more, which leads me to this, because outside of John Jones, outside of McGregor, we can't count Tyrone Woodley because he's not a star. He's not a superstar.
Okay, but
he's the champ.
UFC's had stars. Like
Oh yeah,
Anderson Silva,
but
George St. Pierre,
but that's gone already. Who's the
Ronda
top?
Rousey,
Who's the top dogs now? Who's the top dogs? Now?
And
Other than McGregor and John Jones, who's not going to probably fight for another 4 years.
well, you had Daniel Cormier, who's no longer.
He's gonna-
Weidman,
he's gonna-
Weidman, and then
But he got destroyed by
what's the Cuban guy that wants to fight?
Joel.
Yes.
He beat Chris Weidman, and they want to fight.
He's an animal too, but
They want to put him up against Bisping.
Right, but I don't know if Bisping's going to fight him.
He's going to fight GSP, isn't he supposed to fight
He is
GSP
gonna fight
in
GSP.
November, right?
Shit, I don't know, but he is going to fight GSP. And
outside
I'm
of
hoping that some way, somehow, Yoel gets his hands involved in some
you know
of
what
that
I was
action.
thinking. I just don't hope. I hope it doesn't turn into
The females also in the UFC make a big name for that.
Yeah.
Cyborg and well, at the time was Rousey. Then you had the chick that beat Rousey. The what's her name? The kickboxing champ chick. She just got beat too herself. I don't know. I just feel like
looking at it that way in terms of UFC having an event almost every month and it's pay-per-view, and boxing is
and there's not a lot of
twice a
draws.
week.
There's no bullshit of that.
Yeah.
You're getting a scrap.
and you're getting good fights.
You know what I mean? A scrap, a straight scrap.
Yeah.
It is different. It is very different.
Yeah, it is different.
But I just haven't seen boxing really like lately. Yes, I think I hate to say this, but it kind of boxing needed that McGregor and Mayweather, a little bit of that action, even though it really was kind of fucking. It was stupid. I'm sorry, it was, but it happened.
But now
They needed more excitement.
People who are just boxing purists and don't care about MMA
Right.
will probably watch just because of McGregor.
They will.
They'll probably just watch.
They're fans.
They'll watch.
He's brought a fan base with him.
They'll watch McGregor, but obviously he'll watch the prelims and the
Right.
the.
And Cotto fought that night too. Not to bring that back up, but he did fight that night, and that was a good fight.
But nobody saw that.
That Asian kid was like Gennady Golovkin without the skills. He just kept coming for Cotto, and I'm like, how does nobody talk about the Cotto fight? But anyways, you're right. McGregor does have that clout. He's got it. He's got that clout, man.
Yeah. So I mean,
Where as far as UFC goes, he definitely has that clout where he could draw huge numbers when it comes to people.
yeah.
They're going to show up. So the money's going to be made. People are going to spend money to go see it or pay for it at home all over the world, no matter what it is. But UFC's has been an act for that with even a lot of their main event fights.
Yeah.
Even though they might have one once a month or once every other month, people will watch it. They usually got some really good. Some cards are okay, and then some cards are like, yeah, I'll take my money.
But at least even if you don't know the dudes, you're gonna have two guys that are gonna try to not kill each other, but
Right,
they're
UFC
gonna
is
go at it.
like a gladiator fight.
Oh, yeah, it
You know
is.
how it
It
is.
is,
It's
yeah.
just two men.
There's
It's almost
gonna-
like bare knuckles, just squaring up.
there's gonna be blood.
It's a street fight inside of a padded and fenced-in, octagon.
Oh
man.
yeah. Honestly, that's more enjoyable, but boxing there's gonna be a time where, like right now, where there aren't going to be any stars like Canelo, and there's going to be the up and comers like Errol Spence and
Right.
and what's that guy Keith Thurman.
I'm a Deontay Wilder guy. I like him. I like
In order for him to get any clout,
Klemchenko. Is that his Klemchenko? What's his name?
Vladimir Klitschko.
No, not Klitschko. Manchenko or whatever his name.
Oh, Lomachenko.
Lomachenko.
Yes,
Jeez, I
yes.
like him.
But
I
as
like
opposed to
Triple G, but you're right. It's these younger guys got to start making a name for themselves.
Lomachenko. I mean,
Lomachenko.
Lomachenko and Rigondeaux, that's happening December 9th. I think it's too soon.
You think it is too soon, right? For who though? For both of them, or just for one of them?
Well, probably
to take the fight.
Rigondeaux's old, probably, because he's Cuban. So
Right.
he's probably like 60.
God, really?
No, that's just a huge fight, you know, and we're the ones winning because we're gonna see it for free. Unless you're home.
I like Lomachenko in that situation, but
Yeah.
but anyways,
No, but Rigondeaux is no joke, bro.
I know he's no joke.
He's no joke. It's gonna be interesting to see. This is gonna be boxing at its best.
See, this is where I'm on the other side now because with the Triple G and Canelo, I was all Triple G, and everybody kept telling me, "Oh, he's 35. He ain't got it. He ain't got the speed. He ain't got the." And I'm like, but he's a smart, intelligent. I haven't heard a peep. I haven't heard nobody say nothing about it. At least not to me directly.
Yeah.
I've seen other people comment on other people's pages and celebrities and things like that, and everybody's got an opinion.
Yeah.
Be quiet. They coming.